Guys, happy March. So my car's still not fixed. So I had another issue with the car this morning, but I don't even want to talk about it. I was heading to a doctor's appointment, didn't make it. Just another fiasco, another day in the life. So pardon me if I have to turn the car on at some point and you hear the fan, because it'll overheat if I don't keep the heat blasted. And right now I don't have it on, but if I have to charge the battery, I'm going to have to turn it on, because I found it's only my American cars that would keep charging while the car's off. That's neither here nor there. How is everybody doing today? I know I haven't been on in a few days. There's a lot going on with me. My health keeps declining, but I have perfect trust and faith that something's going to change. But you know, I'm hearing from all different people. I as much as I can, I'm still doing phone appointments. Keep my head above water. I mean, for those of you that know what's going on, I am in a nightmare right now. But that's what I want to talk about. Not necessarily my nightmare, but this shift that's going on. Now, it has been predicted. You know, some people say, okay, I got to tell you, I get really leery of these people who channel entities, because now I used to be a New Ager many years ago. It's been a long time, and even then I remember I went to see, I think it was Abraham Hicks, honestly, but it was many years ago, so it wasn't, I guess it wasn't as popular as it is today, or maybe it wasn't. I had just never heard of it. It was right in Manchester. It was a psychic expo that I was actually working at, and I bought tickets for different events that were there. And I don't know if it was Abraham. I think it was. It was a woman, husband and wife team, and I had to walk out. Even at that point, I knew it wasn't real. Now, I know, I'm not trying to offend anybody. I know that a lot of people believe in these entities. I don't believe that these people are shysters. I believe that they are channeling something. I just don't think it's what they think it is. Now that I've come to know the truth, I see it's not the truth. So how could it be this truly great entity, right? They would know the truth. Anyhow, there are some that have, predicted that there was going to be some real problems coming in the fall of 2016. The Bible predicts all of this. It just doesn't give us a timeline. Other gurus and such have predicted the fall of 2016. The Hopi have predicted. Now them, or the Hopi, or however you say it, the Native Americans, I tend to believe more than these channeled energies. But the grandfathers of the different tribes, I believe them. I mean, I have a Native American ancestry. I can't say that I'm not even close to full-blooded. I'm not even 50%. But my grandmother was Native American, and I am very interested in it. I used to take the kids to powwows when they were young. My youngest one, who is not little anymore, but he used to go into the circle and dance. It was really fun. I look forward to going to some more this spring and summer. But my point is, it's been predicted. Now we've got all this like Mandela effect stuff. We've got, and if you don't know what the Mandela effect is, you can Google it. I mean, it's everywhere. Nobody knows for sure what it really is. Some people think it's just a collective mistaken memories. I don't buy that. Some people think we are merging universes. Different parallel universes have merged together. Some people think that it's because CERN messed something up, and now we've got a glitch. Maybe they experimented with time travel or something. I mean, there's all different theories. All I know is there is a shift going on, and there are different symptoms of the shift. Many people, believe it or not, whether they believe in the shift, whether they know about the shift, whatever, they're having these same symptoms. So if you're having these same symptoms, I just want to tell you, we need to stand collectively to fight this. First of all, let's look at how crazy the world is right now. Not even just the U.S. The U.S. has gone out of its mind, to tell you the truth. I mean, we will be our own destruction if it doesn't stop soon. We will be. I mean, no doubt about it, we will be. But it's not just here. It's all over Europe. I mean, I don't know too much about the third world countries or like South Africa or, the East, because I just don't know that much. So I'm not going to talk about anything I don't know. But, I have friends in the UK. I have friends in Australia. It's going nutty, crazy nutty everywhere. Germany, France, England. It's out of control. It's out of control in the U.S. I mean, I don't watch the news, but all you got to do is go to the internet or, turn on the news for whatever. You're going to see it. Craziness everywhere. No matter which side of the coin you're on, you've got to be seeing the craziness. If you can't see that this is crazy, you must be blind. I'm not sitting here. I don't want to talk about my political views. I don't want to talk about politics at all. I want to talk about just how insane everything is. And if you're experiencing these glitches, I guess, are you feeling more depressed than normal? Do you find that there's a block in your finances? I was talking to a friend of mine who does real estate, and, she's supposed to close this, and this, and then something happens and this, that, and it's like it just keeps getting blocked, Does it seem that it's been reversed? Maybe you're in a court situation and you know that you're right. You know that you haven't broken any laws, or that if it's a civil thing, you're on the right side. You're within your constitutional rights, blah, 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 and then boom, you lose. Or are you going through a relationship and the relationship has gone hog wild, crazy? Do you find that you're forgetting a lot? Do you find things, somebody told me the other day, she's like, yes, things are missing. It's like stuff will go missing. And hopefully it turns back up for you within a day or two, but sometimes it doesn't. It's happening all over the place. Talked with somebody last night who had an incredible nosebleed out of the blue. Now she can't get her nose to stop bleeding. Stress. People are under incredible stress because it's not just one thing happening. It's like anything that could possibly go wrong is going wrong. Now we've got people doing binding spells, internationally against an administration. Whether you're for the administration or not, I don't agree with this. I don't agree with this at all. First of all, one thing that really bothers me about it is they're saying anybody, I mean, they put the ingredients and I guess the instructions to the spell online. And, I have many friends that are Wiccan. Please don't get this wrong. I don't have anything against Wicca. But we don't know who these people are who are initiating this. And we don't know who these people are who are joining in. Now, I would say when I was a 10, 11, 12, 13-year-old kid, this would be right up my alley. I would be like, okay, thank God we didn't have the internet then. I probably would have killed myself, But somebody gave me a spell back then, me being like totally green, I would have gone for it. And some of these people that are playing with magic that shouldn't be playing with magic are playing with magic, and now they're creating this whole other thing for themselves that these people that started this thing aren't going to have anything to do with. Oh, it drives me insane. Don't play with magic or spiritual things if you don't know what you're doing. Please, 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 please. And watch your children. Don't let them either. That's another thing. I've had a lot of people call me and say that they've had these issues with entities. It's stronger. And maybe we had, this friendly spirit in our house for years. And now all of a sudden it's destructive. It's demonic. The veil has gotten thinner. Loss of memory. Falling down. Losing things, misplacing things, but you didn't really misplace them. You knew damn well you put that right there, and you did, and then boom, it's gone, and then 2 days later it shows up, or later that day it shows up. Arguments where there shouldn't be arguments. There's so much more. But if you're experiencing this, first and foremost, do you have anybody in your life that'll understand, that'll listen to you, that won't think you're off your rocker? Because I've found that there's like 3 groups of people, maybe more, but there's the group of people that are totally experiencing this and feel like, am I crazy? Is the world crazy? What's going on? Something's different, and there's different levels to that. Some people are seeing all of it. Some people are just seeing a bit of it, but all in that group are seeing something. Then there's the other group who seems totally oblivious to it. And I'm like, what? Wow, you're totally, I don't get that. But there's that group that's totally oblivious to it. And they're just going about their lives. And, you know, they're not really being hit by any of it. And the stuff that they may be hit with, they're just like, oh, you know, it's just life. And then there's the people who seem to be on the opposite side. Like they're angry, they're frustrated, they don't want to talk about anything. And if you do talk about it, they get really livid and they're blowing up and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, there's always been angry people in the world. It's always been a dangerous place, but it seems like it's gotten more dangerous. Do you agree? Tell me what you think. Am I out of my mind? Tell me, let me know. So, first and foremost, do you have somebody to talk to you about it? Because if you do, I don't mean sit around and bitch. Never, never, never. That's never good for any of us. We don't sit around and bitch. We vent, and then we come up with solutions. We have people in our life that are going to keep us, keep us on our toes, tell us the truth when they believe we're wrong, but without judgment, without criticism. There's nothing worse than a critical friend, right? It's nice to have a friend that will give you constructive criticism, but somebody who's judgmental and critical, you don't want them as your friend. And chances are they wouldn't understand this stuff anyway. They'd find a way to make it your fault, Okay, so, sorry, lost my train of thought there. So first and foremost, join together with those who are open, growing, raising their vibration, ready to listen, ready to learn, ready to share, ready to teach, those kinds of people. Join together. Secondly, make sure that you're right spiritually. Raise your vibration each day. And how do you do that? I mean, it's a very simple thing. If you can take, even if you only have a minute, silence your mind. Silence your mind. Call upon God. Call his energy down. Tell him you need him. And silence your mind just for a minute. Just kind of deep breathe. Focus on your breathing. Number 3, live in forgiveness and gratitude. It's really, really hard when people are being out of control. But remember, forgiveness is not a feeling. It's an action. I forgive and list people. I forgive myself too. I think a lot of times what happens with all this stuff, especially when everything seems to be hitting you, boom, 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 you start thinking it's me and it's because I did this or this or this, and we can all come up with a million things that we've done wrong or that may go against spiritual law or whatever. Don't do that to yourself. Forgive yourself as well and let it go. Forgive others, forgive yourself. Walk in gratitude for what you do have. Even if you're in a really bad place, if you're really not well, if you're getting divorced, or if you're broke, if you're homeless, you still have something, even that little thing to be grateful for. You know what? Another thing, let go of the people that don't care about you. All my life, I got to tell you, dirty my hand, okay? No, I'll tell it in another video. But all my life, I have felt worthless, just absolutely worthless. And I think it has a lot to do with, the abuse and all of that. And then, life experience. And I'm not crying about it. It just is. It's one of my soul wounds. So what happens is I call to myself things of that vibrate at that level to, that would validate that point that I am useless. Now, knowing all this, I know that's what's going on, and I can rise above it. But if you have somebody in your life that continues to dig out that soul wound, that continues to bring you down, I would suggest speak to them first and let them know, you're doing this to me. And I wouldn't always speak from, I feel like this when you do this. Don't ever, criticizing people is not good. I feel like this when this happens. I feel like this. I am crying. I am upset. I am angry. Not because you do this, but when you do this, this is how I react. If you talk to them and they're willing to open up and try and everything, great. And if they love you, they will. But you know what? If they're not, if they just continue to either take from you, you know, so you feel drained, or if they continue to make you feel less than, you need to cut ties. If it's a family member and you can't cut ties, you need to detach some way. Even if it's through a spiritual ceremony, if you cut ties, if you don't see them as often, if you just put up a wall, whatever it is. If it is somebody that you can totally walk away from, I suggest you walk away, because we're at a point in time right now where the world is changing, and I'm here to tell you, and I hope I'm wrong, but I don't feel like this shift is going to end. This shift is continuing, okay? It's been predicted, and I think we'll hit different plateaus where we'll be like, okay, everything's good for a while, and then boom, there it is again. So we need to be in the best shape possible. The world is going to be against us. The blind are going to be against us. As we evolve, we got all this against us. We got to stand strong, okay? And we got to continue to evolve. So stand together with people that will listen, teach, learn, you know, that are of like minds. They don't have to know everything you know. They can know more than, you know, they don't have to be exact, but somebody that you can rely on and trust. Walk in gratitude and forgiveness always. Make sure, because that's a way to destroy a person, is through, you know, harming them and getting them bitter and filled with vengeance. Remember, God will take care of it for you one way or another. Walk in gratitude. There's always something to be grateful for. Next, cut ties. Cut ties that are not good for you. And I don't mean go around being mean to people. Be real about this. Really think about it. Pray every day. Every day. Make sure you're right with God. Make sure your relationship with God, which is a personal one. Don't go around criticizing other people. You're right with God. Pray every day. Pray for your enemies. Pray for this world. Pray for this country. And whether you're for him or against him, pray for this administration. Just because what happens is a trickle-down effect, right? And raise your vibration every day. Work on that. Even if you've only got a minute, even if you've only got 5 minutes, quiet your mind and raise your vibration. If you need to talk, I want to set up a group. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. Yeah, but I do want to set up a group, like a live group. Maybe we could have a group together, people that are going through this, whatever level you're at. And maybe we could meet once a week or once a month or whatever works for everybody. If you're in the area, we could set up a meetup. If you're not, we could set up a meetup and maybe a Google Plus live, YouTube live, some kind of live thing. We can figure it out. Whatever works for everybody, some kind of Skype thing, whatever. If you're interested in that, leave a comment or shoot me a message on Google Plus. It's Light Insights. Just I don't know. Or you can go to Answers for YOU, so Answers, ANSWERS, the number 4, YOU16 @gmail.com. I do not check my mail every day, only because I've been really sick and I've had a lot going on. I can tell you right now that I have to have 2 surgeries I can't have, and there's a mass of like a blood clot. My blood's clotting up around the scar tissue in my brain, so they have to go in there for that, and then the bone marrow stuff. I just can't afford to take the recovery time, so my health is fading. I have an issue where I live. I'm not going to go into detail about it, and the car issue has messed up everything. It has brought the income to virtually zero, not quite zero, because I still am able to do a few phone things, but it's kind of halted everything. I know it's all part of the shift. I know it's part of whatever, I get attacked a lot too because of the work that I do. And I'm not crying, I'm not complaining, I'm just telling you what's going on. So I don't check my email every day. I will try to do better. If you want to sign up for classes via internet or telephone, please do so. I'm giving a discount on everything I do right now because I'm in a really bad place right now. Really bad. I have a friend set up a GoFundMe, but I don't think people realize how bad it is. You know, I don't know. If I get up to 200 on this, I'm going to give away a free session, a full session, which is $145 without the discount. I also want to do like, you know, maybe a $5 membership. I sent out an email about it. I think there's like a $5, $10, $15 one that would give you discounts on everything as well, and give you private information that doesn't go out on the net, you know, free like these do. Believe me, you know, unless you've got like 1 million subscribers or whatever, you don't get paid for YouTube videos, even if they're monetized. I'm just trying to do whatever I can to get out of this situation. So, and I know times are tough for everybody. I'm, you know, and I don't like to ask. I'm not that type of person, but I really do need help. Anyway, we're going to get through this shift together. We need to stand together. People of like minds have to stand together and help however you can. Just keep helping people. That's another one. So the 6 that I named earlier: be with like-minded people, live in forgiveness, live in gratitude, raise your vibration, stay right with God, and help other people. Don't stop helping. That's what the negatives would want you to do. Want you to live by fear and stop helping. Keep helping each other. We'll get through this. We will overcome. All right, you guys, take care. I'll see you on the next video.